Welcome to Exhale with Sonia, a space for stillness, strength, and stories that heal. Breathe in, breathe out, hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe. Let's go on a journey.
Welcome to Exhale Podcast with me, your host. And today I brought on my producer, Mike Imbassiani, who's going to be my co-host today.
Yes, it's good to be back. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
We are going to talk about burnout today.
Yes.
And I thought
If anybody knows about burnout, it's me, because I am go, go, go all the time.
And that's why I wanted to have you on here. I wanted a male and a female perspective from this. You as a busy musician and
Podcast
you
producer.
are a podcast producer, many other hats. So burnout is probably something that you're pretty familiar with.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Well, because burnout can be something, for me anyway, where, you know, when you grow up and you're always doing something, and sometimes if you feel like you're not doing something, you feel lazy or like, oh, am I not being productive that I'm supposed to be?
That is
Whether it's chores around the house or
definitely
work.
a thing. And more so in women.
Yeah.
Because when we are seen sitting down, doing nothing, we are seen as being lazy. However, we could have all of our chores done, our Cinderella chores. There's always something as a mom and as a wife that, you know, you could continue to complete that day. But if you're burnt out, what I always say at the end of my classes is self-care is never selfish. Rest.
Well, and you can't pour from an empty vessel. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
My favorite Sonia-ism.
that is
And-
so true.
And well, and that's true, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people. And that's where burnout comes in, and you're pushing yourself so hard, then eventually you're gonna crash anyway. And I just saw something the other day where it said, people don't schedule anything for between 2 and 4 p.m. with anything that's serious. You know, don't have a doctor's appointment between you know, a surgery or something between 2 and 4 p.m. Don't go out on a major highway between 2 and 4 p.m. because that's when people have been awake since the morning.
Yeah.
And they're at it directly in the morning. That 2 p.m. between 2 and 4 p.m. crash sets in. People usually older folks are taking their naps, you know, and
Getting ready for dinner
or anything like that. And so you don't want any of those high brain functioning things to happen between 2 and 4 p.m. because you're burned out and you're just for the day, and you're going to crash out a little bit.
That's so true. So what I do between 2 and 4 p.m., that's parent pickup time.
Right.
So I grab me a good old Diet Coke to get me through that crash, because drinking that Diet Coke, that little bit of caffeine, helps me personally.
Yeah.
But there's so much
Well, but
more
you're
that
sitting
we
in
can
the
do.
parent pickup line, which I assume is quite a long line.
Yes,
So
very
you're
long.
able to kind of sit there, recharge a little bit, get ready for kid to be put in the car, where then now flip the switch and back into fun mom mode, you know, but you have that little bit of silence, that little bit of relaxation to charge your batteries before you have to go for the next round.
Correct. And there's usually one parent at the parent pickup line who, in that quiet stillness before picking up the kid,
Has to be causing a problem.
well, we have those, but there's one that falls asleep.
Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
everybody just like goes
Yeah.
around, and
Yeah.
some people will
A little
honk.
gentle honk.
I've had to walk up and knock on the window because, you know me, I'm
I told you I
nosy.
fell asleep one time in the yoga class. Okay, one time.
I'm telling you, that is a compliment. Falling asleep in Shavasana, that is not a bad thing. So rest is productive. It's not lazy.
And prevents that burnout.
It really does. Recovery helps clarity, patience. It helps hormones. What else? Decision making, relationships, and sometimes it's the smartest move just to pause.
And a lot of people have jobs that get redundant. I mean,
Correct.
I'm lucky in the job that I have that I'm I'm playing different venues every weekend. Sometimes it's 3 times a week. Sometimes it's 5 times a week. Sometimes I have a double in one day. Sometimes I'm up at 5 a.m. to play a morning car show. Sometimes
Morning car shows? That's great.
Yeah, where we start playing at 8 o'clock in the morning where there should be no sound.
No sound. No.
Other times, I'm driving 3 hours to the East Coast or Orlando, and that's the job part of it. The playing is the fun part, and sometimes the shortest part of the work day, quote unquote, where there is the redundancy of a normal job within that. The playing is the fun part, like I said. So if you're getting burned out on the driving, on the back and forth, on the setup, on the early mornings, the late nights,
Practicing.
right, the practicing, the rehearsing, and those type of things, that's where, just like somebody with a normal 9 to 5 feels the redundancy of, all right, I'm up at 7, all right, I'm in the car, all right, it's rush hour, I got to go to Sarasota. You're stuck in the same, it's like a time loop, Monday through Friday, where that's when, if those are routines that have a negative effect over a portion of time, you have to come up with routines and programs for yourself that promote a positive routine that takes place over time.
Very true. Very true. And with my job, with personal training, yoga, just like with you playing in the band, playing the guitar, singing, like that's your fun part.
Right.
Your practicing is not going to help you if you don't do it.
Right.
And for me, sometimes getting into the gym and doing my own practice can also get redundant, especially because repeating these exercises is what actually builds those muscles and builds that discipline.
And so people in this day and age of, the TikTok, where you need a video less than 30 seconds now, otherwise people, are skipping off of it after 3 seconds.
Yeah.
People want what's new, what's fresh, what's now. And so people just have shorter and shorter attention spans for themselves, outside of watching somebody else do something that it has to be short. So for yourself, having to sit there and do the redundant thing is hard. And that's where people get burned out at their jobs. They think it should be something and it's not. And, it's just human nature. But the difference is understanding we're all adults. We have to do things that we have to do. But then on the downtime is when you have to figure out, like I said, those positive routines that you can get into that help you recharge and not have the burnout, or have the burnout less, because you can't quit your job every 6 months and think something's going to be better.
Right.
Because eventually it will set in again. Just because it's fresh and new for 5 minutes, it will then become redundant and you will have the same burnout eventually.
And those who don't have the option of quitting their jobs because they have mouths to feed at home.
Exactly. People still end up doing it anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to find that stillness, really. And sometimes stillness needs to be forced.
Yeah. Well, and it's mental willpower too.
Correct. And that's where that cycle of, okay, I'm going to find stillness. Okay, look at me sitting here. Okay, I'm lazy. Okay, I could be doing so much more. Okay, and then you're on this vicious spiral downward, and you're like, I'll put that off for later. And then later never happens, and that's when you start to experience that burnout. And it can be with anything. It could be in the gym. It could be at work. It could be with your kids. It could be with your spouse. It could be spiritually. And speaking on that, spiritually, that's one thing that I have kind of walked through as we begin to connect to our higher power. And we think that we're checking all the boxes, but that's not it. We need that relationship. And if we are in that relationship, there's no spiritual burnout.
Right.
So let me read some Bible verses for you, because this is faith, fitness, and neuroscience. So we got to put our faith in here today.
Yes.
All right. Matthew 11:2-8. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Sounds like somebody being burnt out.
Yep.
Here is a guide to that. Come to God, who are all weary and burdened, and God will give you rest.
Well, right. And so dissect that a little bit in an understanding of so many people. We all have free will.
We do.
That's what God has given us. And so we have choices that we make. And so it's two extremes. You can't be, well, just free will anarchy and, do whatever you want with no consequence. That doesn't
Correct.
exist. But you also can't be all the way over and say, no matter what I do, it is all God all the time. It is God all
Correct.
the time, but God is allowing you to make those decisions. And by trusting the Bible and by trusting God, you make the educated decisions.
You do.
And so that's where you have to, when that verse is saying, rest, go to him and get your rest, and read it again. Read the verse.
Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened,
Yes.
and I will give you rest.
Weary and burdened, you're worried by something. There are things in everybody's life that stresses everybody out that also leads to the burnout. Because whether it's your job, your personal life, whatever, if you continue to let it fill up your mind space of negative thoughts and you think that you're the only one who can control those things, you have little control, but God has ultimate control.
And if you surrender control to
Right.
him,
And
that burnout is
and
not a
you use
thing.
that to help make your decisions,
Correct.
then you won't get the burnout.
correct.
Because it doesn't all fall on your shoulders, and so many people think that it does.
No, it falls in God's hands,
Right.
and God already is the author he's holding the pen of our lives. And if we just surrender our lives to him, it's just so much easier because
It takes that burden off your shoulders.
You don't have that tug and war
Right.
between.
And you trust that God will then give you the answer that you need for you to make your free will decision.
Correct. Guided.
Right.
Guided.
Guided.
Trust. Guided. One more. Psalms 23, 2-3. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He refreshes my soul. So that can't happen if you don't spend time in the Word, if you don't spend time in prayer, because we do have that fleshy body.
Yep.
We do have free will. What are we going to do with our free will?
Right.
Are we going to sit with him, lie down in green pastures? Well, he refreshes our soul because we don't have to do anything. So that's something that all we have to do is step into alignment with him, and just a quick prayer of,
Yeah.
God, I'm surrendering this to you.
Calming your mind, focusing on one thing. When I was taking martial arts, it was funny. We would occasionally discuss meditation stuff and clearing your mind and the whole no fear mentality, which
Yes.
doesn't exist. It's not that you don't have fear; it's that you have to have courage. But with you have to have courage to overcome the fear. But with meditation, it's like, well, think about nothing. Empty your mind and think of nothing. It's like, you can't think of nothing. Thinking
I've
of
tried.
nothing is still thinking of something.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
so, but it was becoming, of all the noise that is surrounding you, hone it down. And that's why in meditation, I mean, the joke is the monks home, but that is one thing that they're focusing on, that
Correct.
tone. And so he literally had two pieces of wood that you would sit there with your eyes closed, and he would click the two pieces of wood together. And that would be the one thing that you would think about. And
I like that.
clears your mind out from everything, and you focus on one thing. And in this case, with faith, is you focus on God's word, you focus on prayer. That's why, you have the St. Michael the Archangel prayer, defend us in battle. That's why you have baseball players, when they win a game, they hold on for a second and they pray and thank God for their win that day. Being faithful. And so that allows you to shut out the noise for a minute, avoid the burnout, and focus in on something positive that can clear your mind. Because it's when everybody has the distorted mind of, racing thoughts all the time, that you get burned out because it's information overload.
Really, it really is. And as crazy as some people think this sounds, it's in the word. God directed Jesus to go and meditate because he was busy doing miracles, busy, preaching his Father's word. But Jesus would get burnout too. So what would he do? He would retreat into stillness and he would meditate on God's word.
Yeah.
And I feel like I want to be Christ-like. So meditation is very important to me.
Well, and they give you the visualization in that psalm. Think of the open pastures where there's nothing there except you sitting there, lying there, cleansing your soul of nothing else around you, letting your mind be free.
That's a beautiful, beautiful picture.
It is, and focusing on your comfort.
Exactly. And we're allowed to.
Yeah.
Because God provides that comfort for us. Another burnout is really, it's more than just being tired. And I made a note here that it can look like being irritable, brain fog, anxiety, numbness. My body loves to go into that numbness, disassociation, procrastination. That's a fun ADHD.
Well, and so taking point by point with the procrastination, I'll start with that real quick. That's the thing. It's information overload. When there's too much to do, you shut down and don't want to do any of it.
That's exactly right.
And you still feel burned out because it just keeps piling up. And that's the anxiety comes from that. We're started from the beginning of a couple of those.
Let's see. We got irritability,
yeah.
brain fog.
The brain fog. If there's, again, so much going on and you're trying to remember the one little thing, if you're working on a task and it's the one little thing you have to remember for that specific task, but there's 10 million other things you're thinking about, you're going to become irritable that you can't think of the one stupid little thing. And I'm speaking from experience here.
Same.
That you can't think of because you've had so much other stuff on your mind.
Brain overload, overeating or undereating, because
I can't eat. I got to go to this.
Exactly. I'm burnout. I'm going. I don't have time to eat. A lot of people say, like, I can't believe you forget to eat. But when you are in a constant spiral of, I got to get this done, I got to be here, I got to do that, your basic needs get put on the back burner. And I can contest to this.
Well, especially as a provider for little humans.
Yes. The craziest thing, speaking about the overeating or undereating and forgetting to eat, is, I don't know if this is like this with, I want to say normal people, like with ADHD people, we hold to go to the bathroom, number one, until a chore is done. I'm going to empty the dishwasher, and going to the bathroom is my reward. Instead of taking care of my basic needs first, then I'm going to empty the dishwasher. Like, these are just things that are present with me as an ADHD person. I don't know if you're like, okay, I got to finish this task, then I'll go to the bathroom. It sounds so silly, but creating that reward system at least is some kind of like happiness. Like, all right, this is done.
Right, because you think you need that dopamine hit.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, because again, it's like you have to find some justification for always staying busy, trying to do something. It's like, oh, well, if I just work really hard right now, then I can go to the bathroom then, instead of just allow yourself to break, go to the bathroom, come back, and continue at a pace that is healthy.
That's
a healthy,
the key word.
Constant pace.
Right.
And understanding that you don't have to rush, because when you rush, you make mistakes. And keep a steady push and avoid the distractions. I mean, again, speak from experience. One of the things talking about with burnout is lack of sleep. But what are we all doing at midnight? Doom scrolling,
scroll.
And the artificial light coming out of these things is not healthy either.
No, and you have your TV on,
right?
And you're scrolling,
and so,
and all that's going on, and you're
the
like 5 more minutes.
Right, and 5 minutes turns into an hour,
Correct.
and then before you know it, you're past what you wanted your bedtime to be, what you said your bedtime would be.
And it's 2 a.m. in the morning.
Exactly, and then you wake up tired, and you're already starting at a disadvantage. Now, I'm guilty just like everybody else. I'm not trying to, like, I don't do that. No, I do that
Glad you're being
practically
honest
every
today.
night. Yes, I'm honest.
Quit scrolling.
I quit scrolling. And so that is what I talked about in the beginning. That is something that you can do to start with crafting a positive routine. We're creatures of habit.
We are.
30 days to build a habit. And it doesn't have to be, I mean, we're coming up, I don't know when you're releasing this, but
Monday.
yeah, so Monday. So May 1st just passed.
Yes.
And it's now May 4th. So
And now you're really held to the fire.
right. And so if it's May 4th today and you're going, oh, well, you know, I wanted to start on May 1st and, you know, it's not the 1st anymore. And now it's going to hurt my OCD. And I want to start on the 1st of the month or on, you know, it's Monday. That's good enough. It's today. It's good enough.
Just start today.
Just start.
That's
yeah.
As a fitness professional, that's what we hear all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to start Monday.
Right.
Cool. If you're going to start Monday, start Monday. But why don't you just start today?
Time's a construct, man.
It really is. Don't wait until you're burnt out and have nothing left. And then
Right.
you're like,
That
why
makes it
can't
harder.
I start this? Why can't I get into focus? Because you're already
Yeah.
out of control in your mind. Of course, you're not going to want to add something else to your plate.
Right. There's a woman on Instagram that does these videos where she doesn't even speak in them. She just like sits in her dirty bathroom, right? And goes, I don't want to clean my bathroom today. And then it skips to 10 minutes later, everything's organized. You know, I don't want to clean my room today. Shows the disheveled room. 30 minutes later, room's clean, you know? And so she's saying, just do it. Time yourself. Make that a positive challenge. At the end of the day, it comes down to a positive or a negative mindset. You know, people talking about if you're burned out at your job and you want to, you know, I'm just going to quit because, you know, I'll just find a better job and I won't get burned out. 6 months later, they're burned out. They do it again. It becomes a cycle. And it's like, no, the cycle is you. Mm-hmm. It's like, doesn't matter where you go, you're going to be miserable because you're bringing yourself there.
Take accountability.
Yeah, take accountability
Yeah.
and take care of it yourself and start one step at a time making positive routines. Everybody, you know, wants to, oh, you're, you know, are you OCD? Everything's got to be in a routine. Routines are very positive.
Especially for ADHD people.
Yeah.
And I love that the woman is sitting in the dirty bathroom
Mm-hmm.
and then she shows the organized bathroom.
Right. And the time it
So,
took to get there.
This could be accountability. I do this with my fitness.
Yeah.
I video myself because I know, all right, I have to do pull-ups today. I mean, you guys know I love pull-ups.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that in a
But-
second.
You know, I set up my camera and probably if I'm there.
Takes 30 minutes just to get the right angle first. You know, hold on.
Actually, I've perfected that.
Okay.
And the lighting at the gym that I work out at
Yes.
is pretty awesome.
you
So it all works out. But setting up that camera, and it just started as videoing those and posting those. And then it became, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday. It's pull-up day.
Right.
I send
A positive routine.
Exactly. I send my pictures of my food to my story. I know I will eat that food because I know that I have pull-ups that day and they
Right.
will give me more pull-ups if I have proper nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of exploded from there.
And it gives you that positive mindset
Mm-hmm.
of, oh, yeah, it's pull-up day. I have my food ready to go. I'm excited. Let's do it. As opposed to what other people might do is like, it's Tuesday.
We gotta
It's
do
pull-up
pull-ups.
day. You know, mindset is everything.
Correct. It really is. And mindset, routine, adding those little things into your everyday routine. And I feel like if you get to the gym and move your body, go for a walk even, that brings you out of that
Not
brain
with all the
fog.
love bugs
and-
right now, but
Yeah, no.
just wait
I
till like
stopped
6
pumping
o'clock.
my gas at $30 because they like the color white. I had like 40 of them on my shirt, which is fine. I can handle that. But then they were on my legs and my arms.
Yeah, it's too close.
I love bugs. How long do they have to stay here for?
I don't know. Hopefully not long.
Yeah,
But with the
hopefully.
pull-ups, talk about that a
Yes.
little bit. So what is exactly what you're doing
So
other than a pull-up?
I love pull-ups. We all know that. And I decided to use that and teach others how to do pull-ups, especially women. You don't see very many women doing pull-ups. And there is a statistic that a friend of mine had sent over to me. Only between 5 and 10% of women can even do one pull-up. So I was like, here, hold my Diet Coke. Let's get the whole world doing pull-ups. And I created this Exhale pull-up project, and it is a 4-week follow-along program to help women either A, get their first pull-up, or B, add to their current pull-ups.
Good.
I am currently doing the Exhale pull-up project myself, along with my ladies. They have full access to me. I have it all written out each day, their exercises 3 days a week. And with each exercise, I have a demonstration video just
So that's
in
the thing.
case.
So it's outside of, I mean, pull-ups are the goal, but there are things that you
Correct.
do to help you be able to do the pull-ups.
Correct. You got to keep moving and working that upper body. As a woman, and out of all my friends, lower body is our favorite. It's fun to go squat. It's fun to do leg press. It's fun to work our legs. But for women, the upper body is something I'll do that next week, or I'll skip that
For the
workout.
guys, it's opposite, right?
Exactly.
All buff with little twig legs.
SpongeBob SquarePants. I
Yeah.
see you with your twig legs and no calves. But anyways, the pull-up project is so cool because it's not only building pull-ups,
Right.
building upper body strength, it's also building confidence in and out of the gym.
Yeah.
I feel like if you build your confidence in the gym, you can take that out into the world
Right.
and conquer the world. You know, we got a lot of weight on our shoulders. Why not
Bulk them
get
up a little bit.
get those shoulders a little bigger?
Those gains.
That's right. That's right.
There you go. Very good. And
Yeah.
where can people find info on that?
That is on my Instagram. They can go into my bio, click the link, and get started.
And what is your Instagram?
My Instagram is right here. Exhale _with_ Sonia. Because apparently somebody else had Exhale with Sonia, so I had to put underscores on it, but whatever.
Oh, well.
I'm the OG
There you go.
Exhale with Sonia.
Yes. You're the
Yes.
podcast anyway.
I am.
Yes. Good. So yeah, it's all about mindset. Avoid the burnout. That's where hobbies, changing up your hobbies, maybe,
That's a good one. Yeah.
try knitting.
Yeah.
If you gotta turn off your phone an hour before you go to bed, you gotta do something.
Read a book.
Read a book, read a physical book.
Physical. Don't listen it in your ear. I mean, that's good too. But sit down and read a book. I don't know what it's called. I'm sure it has a name. Like, like narcolepsy is like when
Right.
people like fall asleep.
Yeah.
Whenever I read a book, I will fall asleep.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
take it from me. Read a book.
And if you find yourself reading the same sentence over and over again,
It's time for bed.
it's time for bed.
It's time to
It's
put
okay.
it down.
Yeah. I had a friend say with a audiobook, read the book at the same time.
Yes.
And then put the audio on 2 times speed,
Love that.
and then you can read faster.
My ADHD.
And you'll retain it.
Yes, you
It's
will
like,
retain
That's a
it.
great idea.
That's what I do when I'm reading very like educational books and
Yeah.
trying to learn more
a great
about
idea.
like the somatic movement and things. Because it's more mundane, it's more
Yeah.
repetitive. It's a lot of stuff that I already
A lot
know.
of big words from a big word book.
Yes. And what makes us better is reading and learning those.
Yep.
And there goes my phone. Books.
Books.
Books are great.
Yep.
In school, they wanted me to read books, and I was like, no.
no.
Now I'm like, what book can I read today to
Mm-hmm.
further my education?
Yep.
And pulling on my ADHD again. If it's something that I have to learn,
You don't
not
want
going
to
to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm probably not going to do it. My mom said I was the laziest hyperactive person that she's ever met because I could do a million other things to get out of one thing that I
that you
didn't
had
want to do.
And that's what that girl on Instagram is trying to do, is show you that
Yeah.
if you just do it, it's over fast.
It is.
You can clean your bathroom in 11 minutes. You can clean your bedroom in 30 minutes. You can organize your closet in an hour and a half. You know, it's the unknown that scares people, as opposed to just start it. Just
Correct.
start it and finish it. And that's the make the positive routine thing of, you know, it's hard for me for timelines because I work on the weekend, so like today's my day off.
Not really.
But
You're here doing a
yeah,
podcast.
exactly. Yeah, and I'm here doing this, not burned out at all.
See? No.
I've been up since 7. I went.
That's why we're talking about it, to help you.
Exactly. Yep. But so plan a day. You know, if you want to tackle that thing in the garage, schedule a day. Put it on your phone calendar. Set your reminder, and then when it shows up, do it.
Accountability.
And then when you're done with it, sit back, take a before picture. Always take a before picture. And then take the after picture when you're done, and be proud of what you did.
Be proud. You completed it.
Yeah.
Or even if you got a half done, you can put it back on your schedule for next
Right.
week as well. One thing that has really, really helped me is be 1% better every day.
Every day.
In a year, we'll be 365% better. Now, I'm doing that, taking it a step, I'll just say a step above.
She always has to be extra.
Of course, because this is more on the spiritual realm. So I am trying to be 1% more obedient to Christ every single day. That's not easy, because the next day you're going to have to hold to that 1%. It's just like shifting your perspective 1 degree.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about engineering, if this wall was shifted off 1 degree,
It would be
as
crooked.
we go, it would start to get really crooked.
Oh yeah.
So get yourself level and start to change 1 degree, whatever it is, whether it's spiritual, whether it's in the gym, you know, like add 1 more set or do 1 more exercise. That's 1% better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change it up and have the confidence that you can do it.
Because you can. And if you challenge yourself with, say, change 10% or 20%, you're more likely to change 1% out of that instead of 10%, 20%. So just give yourself an achievable goal
Yeah.
to go off of. And then if you're like, this is easy, I want to add 10%, change 10%.
Exactly.
I'll be here cheering you on. Call me if you need me to, like, hold you accountable. That's my job. I can do all those things.
Well, and in talking about all of these things you can do to get rid of burnout, also understand the main one is rest.
Yes.
Find a day and don't plan anything for that day. You know, I love the quote I heard the other day. I don't know if it's Mark Twain or somebody.
Oh, Mark Twain.
Oh, good old Mark Twain.
Yeah.
Or I don't remember exactly, but one of them was like,
Fact check him, guys.
yeah,
No,
fact
just kidding.
check. Put it in the comments. that helps the algorithm.
It really does.
Yeah,
Please.
she needs
help.
more comments.
I need more comments.
And it was basically like, nobody's thinking about you, so don't worry about what they think.
I love that.
You know, because it's like when you're young, you think, or when you're young, other people's opinions matter. When you're older, you realize that others' opinions didn't matter. And when you're super old, you realize they never thought about you in the first place.
Correct. Everybody's thinking about themselves anyways.
Yeah, so-
especially nowadays.
So who yeah, I caught myself. It doesn't matter what other people think.
That's right.
And so don't stress yourself out with what other people think. So I say that to say you're not so important in your life that you can't just shut your phone off for 6 hours.
Unless you're a mom.
Well,
when they're at school. But when they get
but
home
that's why
from
you don't use
school,
that. You pick
no,
a
I
day.
know.
You pick a day. Okay. Obviously, there's
I'm keeping
caveats.
it real. What, have you met me before?
There are little asterisks. Yes, we know. But my point being,
Yes.
you know,
I like that.
have your do not disturb on so
Mm-hmm.
you're not getting bombarded, you know. And at the end of the day, when you take it off and you realize, oh, I didn't get 20 million texts. The president didn't need me for that
Right,
interview.
exactly.
You know, it's okay to back away from the world for a day and recharge your batteries to avoid the burnout. And that's
it's
what
so
I'm trying
important.
to get to.
Yes. And again, rest is productive.
Yeah.
Rest is not lazy.
Right. Because you have to charge your own batteries.
Yes. Can we talk about modern life keeps people overstimulated? We've
yeah,
kind of
that's-
talked on that.
That's this. That's
What's this?
overstimulation of there's always somebody out there doing something better than you.
Correct.
No matter what it is, there will always be somebody better. And that should, again, this is where mindset comes in. It should not put you down and say, oh, I'll never be good enough. It should give you a positive pat on the back and say, you're doing well. Keep going, keep thriving to be better, because you will never hit that peak. You know, you don't want to hit a peak and then just start going down. You want to hit the next landing and then continue climbing.
Correct. And comparison is the thief of joy.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of talked about that. Packed schedules, we talked about that. Finances,
Finances
looking
can be very
at
stressful.
your finances, and then looking at the list of groceries. Can we say how expensive groceries are? And gas
Gas is going down a little bit,
a little bit.
finally.
But when you have a luxury car and you have to
Yeah,
put
premium.
93 in it. Anyways, maybe that's why I put 30 and just blamed it on the love bugs.
Yeah.
Parenting is another one.
Yeah.
That is a very, very, very stressful and easily burnout situation in your life. However, it's also very fulfilling.
Right.
At
and
the
that's,
same
that's the
time.
trade-off, you know.
It is. It really is. And pressure to always be on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. And keep the body in, it will keep the body in stress mode. And me, as my job as a personal trainer, I always like to show myself as productive, because
Right.
I really am productive. I want to, you know, live what I preach, and I do. I just get burnout on the other things in my
Right.
life. And for me, fitness brings me joy.
Mm-hmm.
Being a mom brings me joy, but it also stresses me out to no end.
Yeah.
However, that's my calling. So I know
Well, and
I'll be
so-
led through that.
And that's the positive mindset, spiritually and otherwise, that God brings you through it. And you as a person, you know you can get through it. And so while it is stressful, you have to realign your, you know, neural pathways to understand
Now
that
we're talking.
it's okay.
Yep. Creating that new, it's called a synapses.
Yeah.
So if we're always telling ourselves, I'm not a good mom, I'm not a good mom, I'm
Yeah.
not a good mom, well, duh, your brain's going to believe you're not a good mom. Pick one thing that
Mm-hmm. And then you're
you
going to leave
do
them in the
good.
Walmart parking lot by accident.
Whoops. Or you can think of one thing. There's that 1% again.
Yep.
One thing you do really good as a mom.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start to think on that. And that's going to create a new pathway.
And knowing you can strive to always do better.
We can. We really
Mm-hmm.
can. Maybe when you read a book at night to fall asleep, it's a parenting book.
Right?
Who knew?
How to not leave your kid in the Walmart parking lot.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of moms who, while they're driving down the road, want to just jump out of the car
sure.
while
In
it's
the parent pickup
moving.
line.
Yeah, the parent pickup line.
Right after
However,
they picked up the kid.
However, this is how humbling life is. I feel like you have those stressful moments of the kids just driving you insane.
It's all about how you get out of it.
And just think, if you weren't burnt out, would those little things really stress you out?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And that's the thing. I mean, my grandmother used to say it all the time. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. What's the point?
Yeah, it really is.
You
It's
know?
really all that 1%.
Yeah.
and shifting yourself.
You work yourself up for nothing and it serves no purpose.
It doesn't serve a purpose. It just makes things worse. It really does. And then your kid will call you into the room and say, Mommy, I just need a hug. Shark Boy, he's going to be the best husband one day. I always say, good night, my prince. And he always says, good night, my beautiful princess. And it just melts my heart. So all that stuff that I was like ripping my hair out.
He's not a teenager yet.
Yeah, he's not a teenager yet. I'm going to have to play this for him when he's a teen.
Yeah.
But like all that stuff, it's worth it.
Yeah.
When he says,
exactly.
good night, my pretty princess, like, aw, melt my heart.
Yeah.
So hang in there.
And folks, remember at the end of the day, again, it's your life, and you feel everybody wants to be the main character of their story.
They do.
And you go through, you do the best you can in your life, and it could, no matter what hardship you're going through, it could always be worse.
It could.
It could always be worse.
Speaking the truth with Mike today. It totally could be worse.
There's the old saying, don't be sad you have no shoes when you meet the man who has no feet.
Wow.
There's that one. And then all you have to think about is the real world thing of the two pilots who had to eject from the fighter plane in Iran, and they got the one guy out pretty fast, and the other guy spent 48 hours climbing 5 miles injured up a mountain in enemy territory. And they found him via some new technology called the ghost murmur, where they could see his heartbeat on a scan in this mountain.
That's so cool. I mean, not cool what he
yeah,
walked through, but
cool
the ghost murmur really.
So don't feel bad when you have to use a quarter to use a cart at Aldi. Don't feel bad. Everybody has their trials and tribulations that they go through, and always know you can get out of them.
Yeah.
And the first thing when they made contact with this guy on this mountain, when they found out where he was he wrote, God is good.
Amen.
And they got him out of there.
Amen. Because really, we can't do anything without God.
Yeah.
When
and
your
it was
life's
a positive
hard,
attitude that got him up that hill, being injured.
Yeah, and putting his faith in God, that God would get him through, even
and knowing
though
that he would be okay.
Correct. God either makes us fireproof or he walks through the fire with us. And that has been something that I've held on to. I probably learned that in my early 20s. And that has really been a staple in my mind because I've walked through some pretty hard seasons in my life.
Yep.
And God has never proved me wrong.
Exactly.
He's either made me fireproof or he has been there with me and through the whole fire.
So no matter what you're going through, it's okay. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You climb your mountain and you get through it.
Take your time and breathe. Can we give them some things to help while they're in burnout?
Of course.
All right. I made a list of simple reset tools to help you if you feel like you're slipping into that burnout or if you are
Turn this off.
Turn the phone off. Let's start with that one.
Put it in another room. Leave it alone.
All
for a
right.
while.
Sleep early.
Yes.
Turn your phone off.
I heard you, okay? I know.
I was looking right at you.
In my soul.
Get sunlight.
Yes.
Vitamin D. We could take a supplement all day long, but just like I tell my clients, you can take all the supplements you want, but get that from food.
You mean Sunny D isn't effective vitamin D?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe when we were
drank
kids.
that anyway.
I feel like when I was a kid, that was effective
I was a
vitamin
Mott's
D.
apple juice kid anyway.
Take a walk.
Yeah.
I walk every day for my mental health. If I
Loosens you
do
up.
not walk, I
feel tense.
I feel stressed out.
Yep.
And it really is a great thing to put your headphones in, put a podcast on, but it's also really good to take them out,
Because
leave
the
them.
EMF is bad.
No electronics.
It is. The EMF. Plus, you're going to get hit by a car because you can't hear it coming. Anyway.
Mike keeping it real today. This is why I asked him to be on here. Take the headphones out. Put your phone away.
Take your headphones out for the spirituality.
Keep your-
all this. It's the EMF in the cars.
Keep your watch on because you want to count those steps. But yes, really, the spirituality. That's
Yes.
the time I talk to God.
Exactly.
Like I walk and I'm just like,
And you
God.
can't hear him with your headphones
You
in.
can't
with
hear
the
'em
radio
with your
waves going
headphones
through
in.
your noggin.
And breathe deeply. Ready?
Yes.
Inhale. Let it out. Don't you feel less stressed?
Sure.
See?
Do it a few more times than that, then you'll feel less stressed.
Yes. Move your body.
Yeah.
Go to the gym.
Yeah.
You need someone to help you in the gym. Like you go to the gym and you're like, where do I start? What do I do? Call me.
Yeah.
I can write you a workout.
Yep.
I can hold your hand. I can even be there while you work out. I love my job.
Yes.
Set one boundary. That helps me in burnout because when my boundaries are being trampled over, I feel like the burnout can onset faster.
Yes.
So take a chance. Set a boundary. Hard no. Ask for help.
Yes.
Hey, will you be on my podcast today?
She asked me last night. Here I am. See, I wore a nice shirt.
He did. I wore my Exhale t-shirt that you can buy for $25.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. I'll ship it to you.
I didn't get a shirt yet.
That's because the other ones are
Because they're
being
so
made.
hot. They're just selling. They're just selling.
Literally.
They're hot. You want your Exhale shirt. Come on.
I had so many shirts and they sold so fast.
Exactly.
See?
And I was forgotten about.
And you don't fit in small, so
No, not yet.
yeah, not yet.
Nobody wants to see that.
Reduce unnecessary noise.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Get those EMF things out of your ears.
Take the no EMF.
Yes.
And this should have been the first one. Last but not least, pray.
Yeah.
Pray. Just pray that simple Bible verse. Make me lie down in green pastures. Refresh my soul.
Yeah.
That's what it's there for. It's a guide for us to
Cleanse
ask.
yourself spiritually to be able to handle it out in the world.
Correct. And when he says cleanse myself spiritually, this is where people get it all crazy. They're like, oh, it's not about you. It's about God. Well, yeah, it is. But we
Yeah.
are one with God. And I am
Right.
me, and God is within me. The Holy
Right.
Spirit is there. So cleansing ourselves, yes.
Yes.
Just clarification.
Subscribe to the channel. Like, comment down below. What are some things that you do to help with your burnout if you're starting to feel burnout? What you walk fast, you walk slow. You walk
Take your EMF headphones
Yeah,
out.
you take your EMF headphones out and throw them in the garbage.
Like, really comment because I want to
Yeah.
know. Like,
Everybody has something.
Yeah.
you know?
And we can always learn more.
Yeah.
I love learning. And huge shout out to the beautiful Fusion Cantina. They have the best food here. It
Yes,
is so
fantastic.
fresh and so delicious. Ask for the Asian burger. That is my favorite. And tell them I sent you.
Yes. So avoid the burnout, pray, talk to God, cleanse your soul in the relaxing green pasture, breathe, and know that no matter what you're going through, it will always be okay.
Amen. Have a blessed day. Mwah!